Yeah, I was telling you that because people would be like, "You should have told me."
You can see yourself, and then you saw yourself blown up right.
Dang it.
People would be like, "You should have told me. I would have wore something different had I known there was headphones involved."
Does it look crazy to put the sunglasses on top of the headphones?
No. It makes the headphones are more chill now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I like that.
Like
What'd you say, Ren?
You're good to go.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's a little discolored up there, but it's just because the TV is like off.
Okay, good.
Okay, Rob, I can hear you guys, so if you need anything, just...
Okay, bet.
All right. What are we talking about? This is your show.
What are we talking
relax
about?
and let you do
What are we even talking about here? What's going on? This is the Inconsistent Podcast with Rob Haze. That's what we're doing here. We got Jasmine Ellis in the building.
All too, but I'm just gonna hi cameras.
So you don't know anything about this podcast?
I've seen clips.
You've seen clips.
I've seen clips of your podcast, and I've been like, "Oh, Rob, he's doing his thing. He's funny. Those are good."
Yeah.
But I don't really know what's going on.
You don't know what's going on.
I'm so sorry. Should I have researched this?
That's a perfect place to be.
Well, I trust you. Like, I know you're not gonna put me in some crazy situation. So I'm like, okay,
right. Our other podcast, The Crazy Situation.
Yeah, I did one where I had to get blindfolded and stick my hand into a box, and I didn't know what I was gonna be touching, and I was like, what is happening? And it was just what was it? Like gummy worms. But I'm so scary. You would have thought it was full on Fear Factor. Like I was crying and trembling.
Is this a video?
Yeah, it was a video podcast. It's called
Oh, good.
What was it called? Oh Lord, I got traumatized. I don't even know where I was. It's Jordan Conley's podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They're out here putting people's hands in boxes. Do they do that all the time, or is this
it was a Halloween special, so it was just a lot of weird stuff. We had to eat. We had to eat these cupcakes that were either going to be really spicy or good, and you didn't know. It was just, listen.
We had this game that we'd play at Halloween parties called ooey gooey, and you put your hand in a bag, and either the bag has candy, or it's got something crazy in it, like something they mixed up in the back or whatever.
Give me an example of what would be a crazy thing.
It would just be like nacho cheese and mustard and mayonnaise, like that type of thing.
You know what I think would set me off, and I'm maybe I am. They say ADHD is a little bit on the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
If someone made me touch crunchy peanut butter, I would lose my mind. I couldn't imagine touching crunchy peanut butter with your bare hands.
Yeah, you definitely can't do that nowadays because people got peanut allergies and whatnot.
That's true.
Yeah. Peanut butter probably out of the whole ooey gooey game now.
Yo, did we just write a horror movie? It's a group of kids playing a game, and then one of them dies with the peanut allergy, so they hide the body, and it's I know what you did last Halloween.
Oh.
We said it in the 80s before everyone knew about peanut allergies.
That's interesting, a innocent blood is on their hands situation.
Yeah.
Nobody got how they handled it causes them to be in a horror situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like a Goonies Stand By Me, but with a horror twist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see? You're seeing the vision. Okay. Let me turn this damn phone off. I'm sorry. My whole family. They love me so much. I'm so loved.
What the audience doesn't know is that sometimes we record a podcast here, and we're in a spot in LA where I don't know what my guest has been through before they come here. I know what I've been through, and it's wild sometimes. Sometimes they're shooting a movie, blocking the street out for some action movie. Sometimes you just you'll see the people oh, they're on vacation and they think this is how you got to drive on this street. Okay, they think they're in the movie. I just passed an actual movie that slowed me down, and now these people think they're in the movie.
Does it feel like people drive extra fast down Sunset just because they can, or maybe they're not accounting for it being a hill? Because I opened my door to get out across the street and someone almost blew it off, and I screamed out loud.
Right. No, that's my biggest fear, somebody blowing the door off of my car while I'm like right there. And now I got like door trauma, but I still got to get around, and I got to get home doorless.
Oh God! I hadn't even thought about getting home doorless.
You got to get home doorless. It's drivable, right? I think you could go doorless.
This is why I know I wouldn't survive.
Jeep laws.
Like I don't have that instinct. You know what I mean? Like if I lost my door, I'd be like, the car belongs to Sunset now. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Like
If I lose my door, then it's like this is a only 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. car now. Like it's only a car that cannot be around the masses. You know what I'm saying?
Hours vehicle.
I can't let kids get out of school and see me like this.
Oh man. I'm so glad you're not a father. Can you imagine dropping off a child?
You can't drop. No, you got to get that door fixed before you drop off that kid, or you got to bag it. You got to bag it.
What's that?
Like you got to like put some plastic, and then like a darker plastic on the bottom, clear plastic on the top combination. That way you could see like a window, but then also,
I'm so spoiled on nice cars because my daddy sold cars for like 20 years. And so he would just take home, like, he would test drive a vehicle and then keep it for a week. So, like, I've always, like, I love a nice, new, clean car. And my current vehicle is the most raggedy I have ever let myself get. Like, I hope my landlord isn't listening to this one day. I swerved and like hit the entrance to get into my gated apartment. Yeah. And it cracked the door in, and now you can't open the passenger side. So you just can't open the passenger side. So like me and my husband went to an art gallery yesterday, and Valet came to get the car. And they're like confused why I'm getting out the back. So it just looks like I'm in the most romantic Uber situation all the time. Right. Because I'm always in the back seat now.
This is what I hate that valets do. Shout out to the valets. Some can be cool, but some are, no nothing, and then some are a little extra. I hate when they tell you everything wrong with your car. Like you drop it off, they be like, "Hey, there's a big thing on the side of the door." And it's like, I don't know if they have to do that to acknowledge that, hey, I didn't do this. You're not going to blame this on me because I verbally said this. But it's only been, like, I've only heard it with, like, duh. You know what I'm saying? like I felt like, I'm so angry. Or sometimes it's like, this ain't even my car. Like, you saying this to be, But, yeah, it's not like, it's not like they say it in a nice way. It don't feel professional.
I don't think I've never seen that that's in the handbook, but I've never been a valet. But I'm curious if they're supposed to tell. Every valet I've seen since I cracked that part of the door has told me the door is cracked. And I go, oh, thank you so much.
Right. I think they got to, though, so that you can't blame them. Because if they don't acknowledge it, then it's like, hey. Because when they drive down, somebody else going to be like, what's that? And they're going to be like, they got to be like, it's like that. It was like that.
You know what the most embarrassing thing about having physical damage on your car is there's all these, like, we live in, so there's all these, like.
Or maybe we live
in. Oh, sorry. You like your privacy. I'm so sorry.
Or maybe
edit that out.
In Inglewood. Or maybe we live in Van Nuys. Or maybe we live on Mars. I don't know where I live.
Delete it. Anyways, depending on where I'm at in LA, there is a certain demographic of man that will come up to me, and I was thinking like, oh my God, they're always staring. I guess I'm their treat, whatever. They're just looking at me. I'm thinking these dudes are trying to holler, and this one came up to me. He's like, hey, I couldn't help but notice, and I was like, my smile, my eyes, this ass, expecting something in the caliber. And he's like, your car is really cracked in. I got a body shop. I have gotten so many smooth talking body shop guys, and they do like not the hand warm up, like they're really good.
Yeah.
And it's just to try and fix the car. Like they're looking for business, not the business. And it's that's the move.
A guy. If you get a guy that knows how to like do that stuff, they'll do it for so low.
No, because I'll ask them how much, because I'll flirt back. I'll be like, and they'll be like, and they say some ungodly amount, like $3,000. I'm like,
get out of here.
I'm like, sir, I don't even owe $3,000 on this car. Yes, I've been quoted. I'm like, they were not trying to fuck. That wasn't even on the table.
Nah, I had somebody do me like that, and now you just telling me that they were really looking out. $200. Like I had messed up my cousin's hood. They let me borrow their car, my first writer's room, to get from their house to the room and stuff. I ended up hitting the back of a tow truck and then like messed up the hood a little bit. But then I got it fixed because a guy stopped me and was like, yo, I can help you get that fixed. And I was scared as hell, but then they fixed it, and then I got the whole car repainted.
No, they tried to goose me. I was right outside of the where's it? I was in front of the Comedy Store, and this man, I was like, damn it. Also, too, my ego, this is how messed up my ego is. I had done a set, so I was like, he's going to tell me I did great. Like, he's going to tell me I did great. Going to tell me I'm beautiful. No, you were going to try and get $3,000 out of me for like a tiny dent. It's not that bad. It just,
Dang.
You can't open the door, so maybe it is that bad.
Wow.
Is that how we change subject?
That's just what we do here. This is the Inconsistent Podcast with Rob Haze. Hey.
Ghosting. Ghosting. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. I didn't know I was not aware of your game. I didn't know you could do all this.
Oh, I'm really just chilling.
I don't know what to do when people play music. Do I just...
Oh, you good.
Oh,
Whatever. I mean, the YouTube people, they just gotta wait.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like other people know how to like find things and see things, and but yeah, the YouTube people, they just gotta wait in silence if nobody's saying anything.
Oh, okay.
That's just how we roll over here.
I'll just be silent. Okay.
YouTube people, no. Please don't be silent. It's not ideal.
Okay.
It's not ideal, but do whatever you like. Jasmine Ellis is here. You're originally from
Dallas-ish, Texas.
Dallas-ish, Texas.
So Arlington, like between Dallas and Fort Worth.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Arlington, Texas. That's where the Rangers play?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. The
and
Cowboys
now, yeah. It's a big sports town now.
Huge Walmart across the street from Texas Stadium.
You might be right, yeah.
Big old Walmart. Yeah.
Nah, I think the big one's still on Matlock. We used to call it Hypermart.
Y'all have a street named after Matlock?
Matlock, like I don't know, but there is a Matlock Street.
Yeah.
And I remember that's where the Brahms was. Did y'all have Brahms in Atlanta?
I have no clue what a Brahms is.
Oh, Brahms is this like old-timey, the beautiful thing about Brahms, and I just went to one like 6 months ago, so I know they're still active.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing about Brahms is they have done nothing to update their stores since the 90s. Everything is beige and brown. It is a grocery store in the front and an ice cream parlor in the back. But
okay.
Yes.
Most people put their like meat and like seafood in the back, but they got an ice cream parlor in the back.
Yep, and it's very limited groceries. Like it's mostly just like milk, eggs, dairy. Mostly old people shop there. And then I don't think their prices have gone up in like a decade. Like it's like $2 for an ice cream cone still there, and it's just they have this theme song that just lives in my heart, and it's so. And they have not changed their commercial in like 30 years. You want to hear it?
Sure.
From our farms to our store, only Brahms gives you more. Only Brahms tastes like home, sweet home.
Okay.
That has lived in my head my whole life.
All right. Do they still do ads?
Yes. And it has not changed since I was like 3.
That's cool. That's cool. I think we need more places to keep their identity.
Me too. Yeah, I agree.
Everybody's got an identity crisis. Everybody's like, well, like there used to be so much confidence in them building a McDonald's. Like it had a distinct look.
Yes.
They were like, yo, this is gonna be here. This is always gonna be a McDonald's, Taco Bell used to look like, a whole different place.
You're so right.
Wendy's, like all of them, like I respect that. I respect being like, yo, we not changing. This is y'all loved it when you were little. You still gonna love it. Get your milk, get your cheese, get your eggs.
You know what it is that drives me crazy is like even the packaging on the products has stayed like is become like unanimous. Like if you gave me the back of a carton of fries, I wouldn't be able to tell you what it is now. I'd be like, maybe that's Wendy's, maybe that's McDonald's. But you remember when like Wendy's was yellow and like McDonald's had their own thing and like Burger King was orange. Like I miss when everything used to look different. Everything looks the same now. You're right. They don't have any brand identity. Brahms don't give a fuck.
That's what's up.
Yeah, shout out to Brahms.
That's what's up.
Oh, can we curse?
Yeah, we can curse. Do you curse?
I've said fuck twice.
In your life?
No, in this podcast. I've been keeping count because I was like, wait, hold on. I didn't ask the first time.
You have a dry bar special, so I didn't know.
Oh, no.
If
I always make the distinction that I am a comic who works clean, not a clean comic.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you draw the line?
To me, a clean comic is someone who refuses to work blue. Like, they just don't think that kind of work is for them.
Yeah.
No shade. I just think that's limiting you. I think blue, actually, I teach a clean comedy workshop sometimes. I've only done it like twice. But I came up with this really dumb analogy that I love where I talk about, like, we call dirty jokes blue in the comedy industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so blue is just a color of you. And so is green, which is clean, and all these different things. Like you can put your comedy in lots of different boxes because humans have lots of different facets.
Right.
Like I can make women laugh. I don't only make women laugh. I make black people laugh. I don't only make black people laugh.
Correct.
So why can I only make people who squirm when they hear about bodily functions laugh? Like, no, sometimes you can, and also too, like you're a strong writer. You get it. Like sometimes you can write a joke and you set it up a certain way and then you just like change a word here and there and it becomes clean. I believe some jokes are in their best form when they're dirty and I just leave them as is. I don't try to change them. Just write a different joke.
Okay, say you were on a reality show, like a comedy reality show, and your the way you're marketed as is, you can work clean, or the judges or not the judges, but like whoever is like, oh yeah, clean. Would you curse on the show?
Shoot, that's a good question. Well, it depends. What network is the reality show on?
It's somewhere. Okay, it can live in multiple places.
Okay.
So maybe it's on a network, but it could live on a streamer afterwards.
If it's on network, I'm going to keep it clean. That way they don't have to edit anything out, and every footage of me looks and sounds good.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
But then if it's on pay cable, now you giving it up.
I guess. Yeah, I think so. It's shocking. I don't have any TV credits yet. I haven't been put in this position yet. But I feel like it's just kind of like TV clean's different than club, like what you do at a club,
Right.
The dry bar thing is just so funny because dry bar used to be like the standard of squeaky clean.
Yeah.
And when you do a dry bar, has anyone ever told you like what it's like to do it?
No.
It's crazy. So you go, it's shot in Provo, Utah, which is like 100% Mormon crowd, 100% Mormon crowd. And
are there like any spots or rooms or stuff to do there before you tape so you can kind of get the lay of the land?
No.
Nope.
I went to Salt Lake City the night before.
Okay.
You've been to Salt Lake before, right?
I haven't been to Salt Lake City.
Different vibe. Completely different. Because
Ace Bailey's dream.
Who's Ace Bailey?
He's he just got drafted to the Jazz, but he was like he didn't want to play there. He didn't smile when he got drafted and stuff. But now, like, he finally smiled when he got off the plane and stuff. So yeah.
I like that you're monitoring the smiles of athletes.
It's not me. It's being reported to me. I'm just receiving the report. It's not like I noticed that.
I could never tell you when the last time an athlete smiled. Then again, I can tell you when Beyonce smiled and didn't smile. And all.
Right.
Yeah,
it's the
true.
same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But so Salt Lake is so funny because it's so many ex-Mormons in there.
Right.
So like you could stay in Salt Lake and the rest of Utah for a month and you'd just be able to get away with so much sacrilegious stuff because they love it. They eat it up. But Provo is its own thing. It was like a very clean thing. And Dry Bar made me like, watch this video explaining exactly what they mean by Provo clean and like being very specific about how you shouldn't talk down on the institution of marriage and, don't say anything that implies that marriage is bad. And of course, I did what I wanted to do.
Right.
So I remember there were some comments that were like,
every sitcom. That's crazy.
Isn't it? Yeah.
That's like... Yeah.
I don't think I was any edgier than like an episode of King of Queens, but there were comments
Right.
that were like, this is pretty edgy for a Dry Bar, because I talked about like how I'm not really a wife, I'm more of a husband. We're basically two husbands with different parts. And like that's just like a funny little thing I like to say, but
Yeah.
you get more streams and more income from Dry Bar the cleaner you are.
Right.
So I never got asked to do a second one. I'm not like a favorite of wise guys. Hi Keith. If you're watching this, I sent you an email. Like it's just, it's sometimes an avenue does not create other opportunities for you, and you just gotta pivot and swerve.
Interesting. I met you at a outdoor show in the pandemic.
Is that when we met?
I think so.
I feel like I've known you forever.
No?
No. Outdoor show in the pandemic here in LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
In Anaheim?
Yeah, that backyard show.
The backyard show.
Yes.
I'm scared of fireworks. And there were fireworks during my set. Might have had like a little meltdown. And I didn't know when I was going to have another set. Like I probably hadn't performed in like over a month. And then like, yeah, I had no clue when the next set was. It was a dark time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did not know you were scared of fire. I don't mean to laugh. It's just the last time we were on a podcast together, you calling yourself Big Haze. It's Rob Haze. I get that drink in my system and I turn into Big Haze. And if I know Big Haze has the same fear as a Chihuahua is wild to me.
Yo,
like you and the average shelter dog.
That's Big Haze was just a liquor thing. When I performed, most of the time I'm not drinking.
I know.
Yeah. I was a monk for comedy for a minute. I was like, I'm not gonna drink. I'm not gonna do any drugs. I'm just gonna focus on these jokes for like a long time. Yeah.
That's still sort of my philosophy. I always go on stage sober, and then I like a drink after if I have a good set as a nice little reward.
Okay.
And if I don't, then I like to sit in the corner and figure out what the fuck went wrong.
Right. I didn't want to like drink and then go on stage and rip and then associate ripping with drinking.
Oh yeah, because that's how a lot of our peers end up really not having self-control.
Right. But I got to New York and it felt like if I don't use these drink tickets, I'm not making anything.
That's real.
I'm giving away a lot of drink tickets and it's helping. People are like, yo, put Rob on the show. He not even gonna drink it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, I'm like, I gotta start taking these drinks.
What if you ever thought about this? What if you do a show?
Then I found what I liked. I didn't even know what I liked.
You didn't know what you like to drink?
I didn't know what I liked to drink.
Oh, what did you start with? That's always fun.
I started with Hunch Punch. I started with Everclear. I started with whatever was in the cooler. So it was just like,
what is Hunch Punch?
Like college, they'd put like fruit and like whatever liquor they could find, and then like fruit punch, high C or whatever. And
we call that jungle juice.
Sure, jungle juice.
Hunch Punch is crazy.
Yeah. Hunch Punch is pretty crazy. Yeah. Now that I think about it. Yeah. I think of it more like a Brady Bunch. Like they knew it was more than just a hunch. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's hunching. Like hunching.
I think of it more like,
don't get
Alice in the Middle.
Don't get all preacher boy on me. I know you know what hunching is.
No, I know what hunching is for sure. I'm from that era for sure. But I'm saying I've said it so much. I didn't even think when I was saying it about that. It just was like a proper noun at this point.
That's so funny. Hunch Punch. It was jungle juice at my college, and then the white kids would call it trash can punch. but it was the same shit at either party.
Trash can punch. That's sad. That sounds sad.
Because it was in a trash can.
Right. But you got to be at a level of privilege where everybody's like, that's drinking out the trash. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I led a double life in college. It was fun. I had a roommate who was a white girl in a sorority, and they drunk hard.
Yeah. And
I would go out with her so much people thought I was in her sorority.
Okay.
But like my college was really weirdly segregated, and so like, hi, AKAs, please don't revoke my membership. But you know, Alpha Kappa Alpha has a very like pristine pearls, ivy, you know, very like be perfect imagery on campus. And so like I would be at like the alpha parties and the Q parties, like sober in the corner, judging, you know, all cute, and then go out with my white roommate and just be upside down in a North Face jacket, you know, just having two different college experiences at once.
Yeah. That's messed up. You judging people and then going having your fun outside the community.
I mean, I would have fun. I was just always sober because I was like, I felt watched. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was like very, very watched.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to a big school?
Mm-mm. No, it was kind of a small college. I went to Midwestern.
Okay.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
I went to the University of Georgia.
Oh, cool. That's a big school, right?
Yeah, it was 20,000 undergrad. Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's different. Yeah, no, I went to a small, nosy, everybody knew everybody's business. Everybody was sleeping with everybody. But it was also like very, I don't want to say segregated, but there was like the Caribbean Student Organization, the African Student Organization, then the Black Student Union, and like everything was kind of grouped up. But I was just like, I don't know, I was in like 6 different clubs. I loved everything about college except going to class.
Okay. Going to class, not the most fun,
no,
but it is, yeah. The reason for the season, you know, it's why you're there. But yeah, no. Once I needed the rigorous structure of high school. Like when I got to college and they were like, you don't have to be here, I'd be like, okay, when are the tests? Like, you know, but I do wish that I built more discipline on my own, you know, because I feel like that made it tough for me outside of college to like become disciplined enough to like function, you know. But fortunately, I found a passion and something that like woke me up in the morning that I was like serious about, and I found it like doing that. But yeah,
hell, even the discipline to like doing a podcast is just like fucking around, but it's so much work and like taking
it's so much work.
I started doing my own 2 weeks ago. And every week I'm like, I gotta get and I don't even have to deal with guests or a producer or a space. I'm shooting it in my extra bedroom. I'm doing it all myself, and it is so much work.
It's so much work. It's like, you know, like I always used to be like, yo, I don't get the people who like throw parties all the time. You know, they put all that effort and then other people just come and like enjoy, you know. But now I'm like, oh, I'm doing a lot of work to give people something for free.
Yeah.
And then it's like, dang, if I give an hour of me a week for free and the world is still not finding it, it's like, yo, maybe it's not, maybe this isn't my world. Maybe I got to do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like I just told myself, dude, all you got to do, you put yourself out there for an hour a week. The world's going to find you and be like, we love this guy. Where's he been? You know? And it's not like that.
Yeah.
The world got a lot of people showing up.
Yeah.
It's so many people. It's so many podcasts. There are millions of podcasts.
I know.
Like famous people are teaming up.
Oh, that part, honestly, every day I'm like, what the fuck does Oprah have to say? You had the most popular talk show in the world for 2 decades. All right, you don't need why do you need extra money? And that's just me being jealous.
We know Oprah.
I
don't know. As a kid, I saw Oprah every day.
Every day at 4
I
o'clock.
saw Oprah every day. Like, yeah, there was
WFAA,
a
Channel
window between, school and, like, getting ready for practice, and Oprah was right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, I still watch old Oprah episodes.
Just recreationally, you just pull them up on YouTube?
Yeah, because, like, well, part of it is, like, curiosity of, like, how did this become, like, such a, like, thing? Why is this better than, like, all the other talk shows of that time?
That's
and
a
then
good
the
question.
other part of it is, like, nostalgia. And then the other part of it is just, like, interesting, like, how people were just consuming information and, like, celebrities and, like, you know, just different stuff, you know?
I mean, the social media is this wonderful thing where it like democratizes this kind of thing. Like anybody can be the Oprah of their corner of the internet. You just get on there and you post stuff, but then it's like you have to do a ton of work to convince a network or someone with money to give you money to do the work you're already doing for free.
In the 80s. In the 80s, everybody didn't even have cable. Like, yeah.
I just feel like I was born too late sometimes to like do what I really want to do. So I'm just
born too late.
Yeah, I feel like if this sounds so cocky, like with my looks and personality and charisma and all the great things about me, if I existed before the internet, somebody would have been like, "You there? You're so funny in the line at this Piggly Wiggly. Here's your own show," and I would be a star. Like I just feel like. Is that insane? Is that insane?
But no, I always think of it like this. Like, okay, if I was born, maybe that happens. Or maybe that person gives me their phone number and then it rains and then the number's blurred and then I just never have another shot. That was it. I got discovered, but it rained that day.
And the ink.
And the ink bled. I couldn't tell which number was which. And then, you know, or yeah. There's probably a ton of people that were like talented enough and like in this era could have been, you know, like if Soul Train was out in this era where everybody's got social media, now the dancers are gonna be superstars. Because then people like see, you know what I'm saying? They never leave. They're able to like, you know, they little drama, you know, like you seeing who that it would just be nuts. You know, so I feel like yes, we are, you know, we are the big dreamers, right? We're the people who are like, you know what, entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
But now everyone has some of the influence that we have. But also, there's a lady and she's like, I'm gonna be the influencer of bees. I'm the lady that saves the bees, but sets up a camera every time and does a voiceover and tell you about bees. And then there's somebody else, and they like, I know about finance. I'm funny as hell. I'm gonna roast you all the way down, but also I'm gonna tell you about finance. And you know, it's like everybody is using the skills that we thought we were like specialized in, but also they have specialties.
Yes, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I guess we're supposed to be funny and then also be something else on top of that.
Right.
And what's your other thing then?
I don't have an other thing. I spent all my thing time on this.
Well, you kind of were pressing the buttons. Okay, you could be a funny
but
DJ.
there are people that's a whole ecosystem over there. People DJing and stuff. They know what all the buttons do. That's what I be watching. I be like, dang, these people, they know what all the buttons do.
I wanted to be a DJ for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I like met this guy at a party, like an event, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll show you how to DJ." And then he was like, "What kind of wine should I bring?" And I was like, "Never mind."
To teach you how to not spill the wine on
no
on the DJ equipment.
No, the text kind of changed after that, and I was like, "Never mind, sir." And I should have still pursued it. I shouldn't have given up just because like one person was being a little weird
with a different DJ.
Yeah, or just
a wineless DJ.
A wine, yes. I should have been like, "No, I only work with sober DJs."
Right.
Yeah.
What would your DJ name be?
Oh,
Have
jealousy.
you gotten that far? Jealousy.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I know exactly how to spell it because my name is Jasmine Ellis, so it would be J Ellis _ C.
Oh, with an underscore.
Because the C is for my middle name, so jealousy.
Okay.
I thought, what's your DJ name?
Like initials. It's the first name, like a monogram.
Yeah.
The first letter, big middle name, last name.
See?
Yeah.
What would your name be?
My name would be in middle school. I had we had a group, but we never recorded music, but we were like, when we record music, this is who we gonna be.
You were in a group?
I was in a group, but we never made any music. We just like planned everything else out. Like we'd be like, all right, the music video is gonna look like this, but we had no songs. We had no songs,
You were such an imaginative young child. I love that so much.
So the one dude, he was gonna be Isolation, even though his name was Alan, and I was gonna be E-legal. I was gonna be
illegal.
Even though my name's Robert.
Where's the E come from?
I needed the E.
Your middle name's not Ezekiel or something?
No, my middle name begins with an L. I just needed the E because isolation. Illegal, yeah.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it, like DJ illegal.
Yeah.
And you have like that, like you have like a hammer as the drop, like a gavel as the drop.
Right.
And it's like
DJ. Legal. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah, all kind of sirens and stuff.
Beer.
Jasmine, what's your favorite color sky?
Favorite color sky?
Mm-hmm.
Pink.
Pink, like sunset?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right before the sun starts to go down and it turns pink.
Yeah.
Love it.
You get a lot of pinks here in L.A.
It's beautiful. It is the one thing that makes me go, yeah, that's why my rent is so high.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Beautiful pollution hitting that sky.
I never saw a pink sky till I got out here. I was like,
Right,
okay,
right.
I get it. It's cute.
The hair metal was out here. The 80s, there was a lot of hairspray.
Yeah.
It's a lot of traffic every day. It's all kind of stuff in the ozone to get it to be pink.
Oh, is this pollution? Like, do I like pollution a little bit?
I think so. They'll never talk about how pretty pollution is,
Pollution kind of eats. Like, have you thought about?
Yeah.
Like, climate change is kind of a baddie.
I mean, it eats the ozone, but it also eats all the crumbs,
We left no crumbs of the ozone layer. Sorry, my shit's falling apart.
It's all good. Where'd you start comedy?
So I started in Arlington or Dallas area. I think my very first stage was Dallas Comedy House in Deep Ellum, which is now Dallas Comedy Club.
They moved up from a house to a club.
Yes, it was. It changed locations 3 times, and then the last time it got bought out, it got changed completely. Like a different family owns it now, and now it's called Dallas Comedy Club. But I just performed there back in December. It's cool, but I missed Dallas Comedy House. That was just different.
Got you. What's the scene like in outside of Dallas, in Dallas?
I loved starting in Dallas. I can't speak to what it is now because the Joe Rogan pilgrimage has led to a lot of like Rogan-esque people and Tony Hinchcliffe people constantly coming to Dallas. So you've got this like barrage of like people who have maybe like feature level of time doing headlining spots with a whole lot of crowd work. So that's different now. But it was a great, like in 2013 through 2017 when I was there, it was a great place to start because there was, at least to my knowledge, like 5 different rooms and each one had a different kind of crowd completely. So I feel like I grew really fast as a writer. Like, I'll be honest. Like, I feel like years 1 through 3, I think I was like, I still think I'm great, but I think for someone who was less than 3 years in, like, people were always shocked I had just started because it was like this. All right, Monday you would do Dallas Comedy Club, or Dallas Comedy House, which was like college students, young, like all different political backgrounds, all different racial backgrounds, right?
They had a Monday show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I remember, I might be off here. Maybe it was Tuesday, but I knew the next day you would go to the Arlington Improv. That was all black and middle aged.
Okay.
Black middle aged people who had to pay for a sitter are a tough ass crowd. So you try something new in front of the college kids who will laugh at anything, then you try the same new thing in front of the black people that will not laugh at anything.
Interesting.
Within 48 hours, you know if a joke works.
Right.
Then on Wednesday, you go to Hyenas in Dallas. That's like the most neutral crowd. It's a good mixture, but a good even mixture of just about everybody, right?
Interesting.
Next day, you got Hyenas Fort Worth. That is the redneck conservative version of Hyenas Dallas. And the same day, there was a club called Backdoor Comedy Club where I met my husband, which is a clean comedy club. So I would write something on Monday and then perform it 5 times in front of 5 different audiences by Friday. Yeah. And I would know how to do it, and not to stereotype here, but like one thing about black people is they can smell inauthenticity.
Sure.
Yes. I just feel like as a culture, we can tell when someone's not being themselves. So it's like I had to like have more confidence in front of a black room. Yeah. Whereas like white people kind of think it's funny when you're like flailing. So they're like, oh, she's so unsure of herself. So I would kind of like change the delivery on a bit. And then by the clean room, I'd be like, well, let's cut, you're just saying the F word here because you're using it in place of so just drop it, and I'd clean it up by Thursday and just like, I don't know, it just helped me write really fast. So by like a year in, I was doing like 20-30 minute sets that were probably trash, but I felt like I was excelling. It's like finding out a 2-year-old can read and they're reading Hop on Pop. You know what I mean? They're not a Rhodes Scholar, but for 2, you're like, the baby can read. So I felt like a dog walking on their hind legs a little bit in Dallas.
Okay. No, that's valuable. No, that's a lot like how it was in Atlanta. But there were some nights that you could do multiple shows and kind of have that like experience like in a night. But then there was the same thing. There were like the rooms outside the city, more rural. More conservative, and then there were rooms in the city, the alt scene, black scene, but and then navigating between those different scenes, in a week, you'll know if something's all right, you'll know if it's okay.
I guess we had that similar background because we were both in blue dots in red states.
Right.
Yeah,
but then also you had people who did not like once they got their set. They were like,
yes,
whew, I got it. I got my set. And they were just like, sharpening that one set like forever.
There are people here who, God bless him, every time there's this one comic, I will not say her name. I've been on like 10 shows with her. And in the 5 years I've been in LA, I can karaoke her shit. Yeah. And it has not change, and and I know she's touring, and it makes me so sad that her best 10 is the same best 10 it was 365 days ago. Like, why are you not? I will not say who that is.
But I think that like when I started, there were 2 separate mindsets. It was like either you are like super present and you were current and you're doing like different stuff, to like show off that you can, how fast you can create. And then there was the other people that were like, this is a vehicle to get discovered. And so you are trying to make the best 5 you can. And then like somebody, you do that 5, somewhere somebody sees it. And then you work on the next 5.
You know what? Those people have done JFL. So they did it right. And I have not.
No.
So but you're the people who hone in on the perfect 5 and like do it the same way, whether or not the audience is laughing or not. Those people progress.
But see, I feel like you grow out of that because I feel like after a while I'm like, that I was being selfish. I was being selfish and I'm slighting the people who are in front of me.
I agree with
I'm
that.
so focused on a thing that I'm not, and I think it's important to think about the future. It's important to think about, those situations and prepare for those. But at the same time, it's also valuable to entertain the people that are in front of you. So I think that like a lot of comics complain about the crowd work and stuff, but some of what they're selling is, hey, I am able to make the people in front of me laugh, and I'm not, I like you're seeing it, but I'm not doing this for you.
What's funny is we've gotten to a point where it went the opposite way. Because for a while, Crowdwork was this way of connecting with the audience and creating this experience that's like one of a kind. And it's me and it's you, and we're in this moment. I agree with that, right? And like what I was talking about, my way of always kind of adjusting what I do to what's going on with the room. But here's what's happened now, and I think you've seen it. As you'll be at a show. I was on a show one time. There's 8 comics, 6 audience members, right?
Yeah.
8 comics, 6 audience members, 8 cameras in the back. Right. Everybody is getting their 10-minute set. They're getting a video. Everyone's doing crowd work. Everyone is also on like 2 or 3 other shows, so nobody's watching anyone else. They're asking the same 6 people, so how long you guys been together? What do you do for a living? They're all like, they're phoning in the crowd work the same way, like the same way people perfect the 5 and then stop trying and they just focus on that. Right. They're treating crowd work the same way. Like these crowds are interchangeable people to them. They're not humans. They're not like, not everybody. There are people who are masters at it.
Yeah.
But because crowd work has become the how to blow up scheme.
Right.
And I hope we're not getting too into like inside baseball here, but because like
we in the diamond
weeds
right now. we fully in a baseball game for sure.
But I've just noticed the same thing, and I just think it just depends on the person's like their what's the word productivity or like their. Some people are more predisposed to care about what other people think and feel. And then some people are more just predisposed to just do what they want to do. And I do think the best comics strike this perfect balance. I think I am definitely someone who cares about exactly who's in front of me right there in that moment, and I give it my all. But it was like one time I opened for Rodman. I opened for Rodman 4th of July weekend like 6 years ago. And I cried because that audience fucking hated me.
Yeah.
It was at the Arlington Improv. Remember I told you middle-aged black people, they don't they don't play. If they don't like you, they don't laugh, And it was just a rough night. And I was tearing up in the green room. And Rodman goes, I done seen some fucked up shit in my life. Some real fucked up shit. But I've never seen somebody cry in the green room. And I was like, he just said it with like, when you watch an old prison movie,
yeah,
and it's like this old. I've seen some fucked up shit in my life. Like he was disgusted with me, and I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I just needed this to go well so badly, and I've been doing comedy for 6 years, and I'm wasting my life.
Yeah.
He's like, you gotta start not giving a fuck. You look at me, start not giving a fuck. And I was like, okay. Next day, I came in like dress on, full makeup and heels, because that's actually how I like to present myself. But I try to like tone it down so the audience doesn't dislike me. And I actually had a way better set because I like felt like myself. And then I just like stopped trying to dress down. I don't know if that made a big difference, but I stopped crying. I feel like I have not cried in a green room since. So
yeah.
I feel like you're never gonna look at me the same.
No.
I feel so ashamed.
I can feel it. I mean, like, I don't know. I've had them nights, but I don't think I ever cried in a green room.
Good for you.
But at the same time, I have listened to some like bad advice. I have like, because that's the thing. When it's not going well, I will acknowledge it. And some people act like that's the cardinal rule of stand-up. And, I'm from the place where the cardinal rule is like, don't steal.
Mm-hmm. Me
you
too.
know what I'm saying? And they act like admitting the bomb is what makes the bomb happen. And it's like, no, the bomb started when I walked up there.
No,
they wasn't rocking with me before I got there.
Mm-hmm.
I just like further confirmed it each step of the way. And, you know, like the only laughs I got was me being present.
Mm-hmm.
And then, immediately it's like, and I can't fight back because it's like, clearly, I don't know, you know, but I'm like, I don't know. It's funny because the people who give that advice, when I see what they do, it's like, well, I don't want to do that either. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hack,
I don't
like stuff.
they winning, you know, they did it, but it's like, that don't feel like what I wanted to do when I came in. That don't feel like what I watched. That don't feel like what I like, you know.
Somebody told me once, if you're not bombing a little bit, you're not doing anything special. You know what I mean? Like, you should at some point, not like,
I
not
mean,
like
I think it could, bombing can be different things, and sometimes it's a actual like disconnect. You know, sometimes it's a misconnect, sometimes it's a disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think like I'm constantly searching for the people who I could just like be close to stream of conscious with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I found that some places in LA. I found that, and there's definitely some places on the road. But I think that what drives me to find an audience is that I know when I have an audience, then I'll be able to like chef like I want to.
I feel like it's really hard to truly kill in LA sometimes, though. Like, the audience is, how do I explain it, a little bit more,
they want to be played with.
Yes.
They are more playful, more like they down for the silly. They down for for you to bring it out of them. But and I think that's what was tough for me, is because sometimes it's like, yeah, but I want to get my bars off.
Yeah, and
I'm not in a bar spot.
Sometimes
you know?
they seem physically disappointed when you jump right into jokes. Like, I've realized they're like, you got to get their permission first to tell a joke.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know.
No, I had a comic call me. He was like, in your special, you didn't say hello. You didn't say anything. You just jumped into your jokes. And I was like, yeah, I thought that was ill. Like, I was like, yo, I was trying to figure out the whole time. I'm trying to make a joke that like I could not say hello with, that I could just jump in with, you know, like to me that was a flex. You know? And it was funny because like,
did you get a laugh? In, like,
I had
the
a
first
comment on Fallon, and there was like, that's not what you do. You go up there, you say, hi, my name is so-and-so, and then you start your show. You don't go up there and then not say hello. And it was just like, what?
Whose uncle?
Jimmy already said my name.
Whose uncle was in your comments? Talking about he came in here and he didn't speak. He didn't speak to nobody.
They introduced me to Curtain Open. What? Like, why I gotta say hello?
That's so funny. You know what the irony is? I've gotten the exact opposite critique, because I'm always like I come out and I'm like, how are y'all doing? And people are like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to ask how they do it. But it's like, I think it's one of those things. It's not to get a laugh. It's for them to get my vibe. Right. Like, they're like, oh, it's going to be this energy the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can't win for losing. Because everybody, there's like armchair quarterbacks. Comedy has armchair quarterbacks. Like, everybody. They just think you're talking. Yeah.
And they're like, yo, I got better things to say. Yeah. Jasmine, anything you want to promote? Anything you want to tell the people?
Yes. So my podcast, Y'all Wild, I am streaming. I don't even know the right language. Okay, so I have a podcast on YouTube called Y'all Wild, and I put it out every Wednesday. So make sure you're following me on YouTube at Jasmine Ellis Comedy. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everything at Jasmine Ellis Comedy. If you have Amazon, make sure you watch my special Black Girl Panic. It's all about, am I looking at the right camera? I just keep giving this one everything I've got. I'm sorry. That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you. Okay. It's called Black Girl Panic, and it's on Amazon Prime, Roku, Tubi. Just look for Jasmine Ellis. I spell it just the simple Jasmine. And yeah, I have actually 3 specials: a dry bar one, that
Come
one,
on.
and a don't tell. You know, I am your favorite comic you don't know about yet. So look me up.
Hey.
You're not gonna bimp or beer on it.
It's not. I can't hear it. I don't know what's going on.
That was foghorn.
My
Not
bad.
foghorn. That was air horn. What? Come on.
No, I was trying to.
Give me some Jamaica.
I don't know what happened with the ear horn.
If you don't put some rice and peas in my ear, where's the beer? No, it's okay. You don't do it on.
Something going on with
You don't do it on command.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
My fault.
Not me
we
making
was right there at
demands.
the end. My bad. Oh, my fault. I hit a knob. I'm sorry. Yeah.
There we go.
This is a certified hood classic.
All right. We're back. My bad. I can't believe I did that. That's crazy.
It's okay.
Let's see. If you're in Atlanta, me and Mandel, we doing a show one night only at 10 High. Check your local listings.
Shout out to Mandel. He is so funny.
Yeah. Shout out to Mandel.
I'm a big fan. Love is deep for me. Make you wait a whole week for me. Feeling. Beyonce almost died for real. That was very scary.
Today I started having thoughts. Like, damn, we should have talked about this on the podcast.
You gotta go? I'm like, no.
Yeah. We gotta go.
Okay, all right. I'm like,
but no. Today I was thinking, what if it was like somebody's out to get Beyonce?
I mean, the fact that it happened in Houston.
Right.
That's kind of crazy.
Right. That's the part that is like,
I think the car is
like
gone.
that.
The car is retired. It is no longer going to be a part of that show.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if they do it again. My sister was there. She said, like, she had such a good time with the show, but, like, the whole ride home, they were just